Hi guys. I forgot to mention this last week, but I had a scheduled, or shall I say, my wife had a scheduled family gathering that put me over time, or at least not at the time that you guys are used to seeing me. So let me go ahead and post, cross post, home. Got to do all this stuff first. Can't I share? Public visibility. Forgot to add it to the playlist. There's my share. Not there yet. Old ways. All right, I'm trying to do a couple of cross posting right now. Thank you for your patience. My camera's in the way of my screen. All right, there we go. I guess people need to know these things, huh? And share. Awesome. Cool. So like I was saying earlier, I had a family gathering that my wife had reminded me that we were a part of today, and I had forgot to mention it last time to prepare you for a late opening. So my apologies. That is all 100% on me. All right, so getting into the system, we are in the letter I. Now, first things first, our Mr. Our wizard of the evening of the day is actually in the running and is currently in lead. He knows his name, but for public sake, I won't say it out loud. But he's winning so far. If you want a chance to go ahead and get this stuff, start guessing, because he was right last time. Heat exhaustion and heat stroke specifically. All right, this one's I. This is going to be very interesting because a lot of people don't know the value of the things they have at their fingertips. You can go right now to your local drugstore, pharmacy, and pick up this thing for pennies on the dollar that will help you survive in a situation that requires you need water, but you're not sure what's in the water is safe to drink. Now, there's lots of filtration methods and things like this, and the way I always teach my guys is you want to filter first. That gets out all the big stuff, and then you want to purify after that. That kills all the small stuff. So if you've got a bank bag or a Millbank bag, it looks like if you're new to it, it looks kind of like a bag, right? A flat sewn together canvas bag, but like one side of it is long. Almost looks like it might be an old boot cover sock of some kind, but it's just long on one side. It's not completely 90-degree angles. And on the opposite side of the long part, at the top of the rim, there's the loop to actually hold it up. What it is you get this millbank bag, you put it in the water, you soak it up, and then you pull it out of that water and then hang it by that thing, and everything, the water gets filtered. A lot of the big things, really big things, get filtered down through this water, through this bag, and then drips down that one little spout. It's just like a toe.
Hi.
I'm live.
Hello.
So what happens is after that, you can set up a filter tripod and then actually get pretty clean water going through the grass and the sand and the grass, pebbles, sand, and charcoal. And then you get at the bottom and you've got this this water that you are not sure is safe to drink. You don't know if this water has like Giardia in it or some of these other things that you can find in the wild that would really be damaging to you. And you need water now, and you either can't make a fire, because that is, I mean, you're making a decision, because if you're in a survival situation, bushcraft survival situation, you don't want to expend the energy it would require to make that fire, and you're not, like, let's say it's the summertime, you're not going to worry about your body heat, right? But you do need water. Okay. So what you do is you bring this little vial, this little tincture with you, and sorry about that. And it is less dangerous to you than chlorine. Okay, you can purify stuff with chlorine, like a single drop for a gallon of water, something like that. But if you do that, if you get the mix wrong, you're going to burn up your insides, because you're killing everything and that's too small, but you're also going to kill everything that's too big. It could be bad. You may not die, but it's not going to improve your situation. And if you're in a situation in the woods where you need to improve your situation, you need to do that with as little energy and effort as possible. So we're on I from the Bushcraft A to Z, and I is iodine. So iodine tinctures. This thing was maybe $2, $3, something like this. Oftentimes they'll come with a dropper type deal where you just dip it in there and out comes a little drop on the end. It will discolor the water. 2, 3 drops should be fine. It'll discolor the water and make it taste absolutely terrible. You're not going to want to drink this water, but you're going to want to drink this water because if that's the only water you've got, you've already done your filtering and stuff, but you need to make sure it's safe for you to drink. Do that, and you've got your situation. Now, what I do with mine, this is an extra bottle. The one I have in my pouch, in my haversack, I've got it's this. So I've got blue duct tape on it on purpose, because not only blue indicates water, but it's also duct tape. And so when you add stuff that helps you in a survival situation, just with you, duct tape is flammable. It's the adhesive is flammable, and the strands work as a wicking agent. So, and this one comes not with a rod dropper, but an actual dropper. Okay. Okay. So that allows me to work it really good. In fact, I actually have to yeah, I've got to fill this back up. Good thing I got this out. So today's subject is iodine. We are actually cooking through it pretty well. Iodine is JKLM. These are going to be pretty good. Um, we're going to get into a couple of things, even shelter wise, and uh, things that you wouldn't expect, actually, because you have to be a little creative going through A to Z. But this one is iodine. We've done A for air temperature or heat loss bags, talking about kit mentality. C, carving skills or blade safety, distance, pace speeds. E, we did a couple of edible wild plants. F was the fire, specifically flint and steel with char cloth. G, we talked about gifts of nature, which is very, very, very important. H, we did heat stroke and heat exhaustion. Now, with all of these, we actually like to talk about a life skill or a life quality that we like to identify with this and apply it to our daily lives so that it makes our this knowledge makes our daily life, not just survival situations or whenever we go camping, but our daily life gets better because of it. So we talked about for air temperature and heat loss, protect the inner heat, bags, organize yourself, live organized. Carving, the biggest thing was awareness, because all accidents, 100% of all accidents concerning a blade can be traced back to some form of inattention somewhere. So awareness being the major part of that, attention and awareness. Distance, a lot of people don't understand how the distance and time kind of work together. Edible wild plants, we talked about the plant brethren. Fire, nurturing growth. We talked about how you nurture the fire within. Again, protecting the inner heat was air temperature and heat loss. Nurturing the inner heat was fire. Gifts of nature is appreciating life, and I'm just going through what we've already done so far. Heat stroke and heat exhaustion is knowing your limits. So in daily life, if you know your limits, then you're good. Push your limits, because that's what limits are there for. They're supposed to be the goal. Your limit is your goal, to go one step past it, and then your next goal is to go one step past that. That's what progress is. One step in front of the other. Today's iodine, and we're talking about water purification in times of need. And if your water looks fine, why use this? Because we got to be careful about unseen threats. So there's the thing that says, what you don't know won't kill you. Bull crap. Bull effing crap. Let me just put that out there right now. If you don't see the bus coming your way, you're gone. So just what you don't see can't hurt you. Right, whatever. So that being said, apply this knowledge. This what you don't see can kill you, or can hurt you, or can damage your goals or your strategies. Not your strategies, but damage, like set you back with your goals in life and things like this. You got to understand that there are things that you may not see that can keep you from the things that you want. That's the important part. So awareness of so back in the blade kit carving and blade safety, we talked about attention. Now, attention was important. Awareness, as I define it, awareness is different than attention, because attention is almost like focus. It's focusing awareness to a point that says this is where your attention shall remain. Now, for the duration of a thing, whatever that is. and that includes, so go into the carving side of things. If you're carving, right, and you're not paying attention, and the guy walking past you doesn't pay attention, and you're like, and all of a sudden his calf is split open, then you need to pay attention to everything within your range of motion. Okay, that's the purpose of knowing the blood circle. It's anywhere where you can reach, right? So I actually call it it's a blood spiral, because it comes from here, goes out and around here, but only it goes short here, because it's a lot of your body's in the way, but it's along this way. So anyway, that being said, awareness is got two qualities to it. One of them is it's almost like a general attention for everything around you. In the martial arts, we talk about it as from the point of view of awareness is almost like your understanding of your threat level in your environment. So if we go military for a second, then we've got code yellow, code green, code red, code blue. Actually, that's educational, but well, that's different. But anyway, like threat levels, right? SATCOM, no, security condition, SECOM. There's an acronym because military have acronyms. But anyway, it's threat level. So if the basest threat level, the one where you are the most relaxed, you're still paying attention to certain things that might be in your environment, and you're still paying attention to those things. And then you've got up the levels up until code red, code black. Code black is time to move. And awareness, the second quality of awareness is an acceptance of what's there. So a lot of times people get caught up, especially when they're in the martial arts and they're doing tournaments or something like that. They'll get caught up in what they intend to do without responding to what's happening to them. So the martial arts practitioner will be like, okay, I'm going to do this, and this. Because, I'm understanding, I look at him and I'm going like, he's probably going to do this and probably going to do that. While at the same time, not seeing if there's anything that he might be doing that you're not taking account for. Because really, you got to be honest with yourself. This is your own intention, your own thinking about what his thinking might be. So if you're anywhere slightly off, then he's got a chance to win. He's got a chance to do the unexpected thing. So be careful for unseen threats, right? Be careful for unseen threats, because we don't see things like giardia and other things that are out there in the wilderness that are in the water that we need to purify, that filtering won't work for, or at least primitive or makeshift filtering situations won't work for. Now, there's modern versions. We'll talk about that for just a short second. There's modern versions of filtering systems. Like there's the Life Straw, and there's a couple of others that I'm not sure of. The Frontier Straw. There's my favorite, has a pump and a bag and another bag. And it pumps it because Life Straw is really good, but it's only good for you to drink. Which is good. But if you want to make a soup and you need to get that water from that stream into that bowl, you have to go. I get it. If it's just for me and I can eat it back up again. I get that. It's just disgusting to me. Just me. Anyway, that's why I like the pump. Pump, 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 pump. Got the water. Yay. And I can drink it. So anyway, going to the idea of those things, we will talk a short second about our next one. So we've done A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, today being iodine. The next one will be J, and it'll be an interesting one because a lot of people don't get this. It's a little bit more holistic in nature, not medicinal holistic, psychologically holistic. Let me put it that way. That'll be the next one. Our resident wizard. I'll let you know on our in case new watchers are coming on. Our resident wizard is currently in the lead, and he is. I keep saying I need to do that. It's 21 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna get it. It'll be silent for a second. Ah, okay, less than 2 minutes. I'm actually pretty surprised that was that fast. Here's what you get. You ready? So we have a contest going. If you, the person who guesses the next subject the most amount of times, so you got to be good at it. Well, I don't know if that can be a thing where you can be good at something you don't know. But the person who does that the most amount of times, most number of times, by the time we get to Z, I need to work out more often. I ran like crazy. Okay. We'll get this item. And this item is pretty interesting. It comes from Bushcraft. And it is a carving kit. It'll come in this. Now the box is pretty beat up. The box isn't what you're getting. All right. I will send it to whoever wins within the United States. You also get one of these because the carving kit is incomplete without some form. Because to be honest, to be absolutely and dead straight honest, professionals get cut often. I'm not a professional and I use this a lot. Anyway, here's your stuff. Empty box. Okay, I'm gonna open it up. All right, there we go. Bushcraft. It's a Swedish company, I believe, or Denmark, Danish. So it's got two things. Comes open. It's triangular in nature, kind of, sort of triangular cross section. So inside we've got. We'll bring you down a little second so you can see everything. You turn it backwards. Hey, guess what? This actually comes with it too. So you've got this here is a strop. Okay, so you've got a smooth side, a rough side. You've got some strop compound, so you can do your stropping. And then you've got these two items. This one here. Okay. Carving knife, carving blade, Scandinavian grind. It has a travel blade cover, but also a blade cover. So take this one off, put this one on for storage. Okay. and the blade cover of your hook knife. So this hook knife right here is what you'll get. And let's see if I can slide out. There we go. Tell you what, here we go. There we go. All right, so here's your hook knife. Now it's bladed on both ends, and so it'll cut this way and it'll cut that way. It'll cut in both ways, so you got to be careful if you're doing some stuff and choking up on it. I just lied. Yep, it looks like it is because of the angle here, but this side is the only side that's sharpened. So use that to make your spoons. Let's see, do I have any right here? Nah, I'm gonna do it. All right. So I've already taken it out of this package. You'll get it this way. I'm gonna put it back in package. What you do is this right here. There we go. That's pretty much everything in it. I'm gonna go ahead and do this on this side too, just because this is a better cover anyway. This little plastic piece of junk. All right. This one is the one you're getting. Oh, and yeah, the strap stores in a little flap on the back side of the flap wheel. So this is what you're getting. This is what you're contesting for. This item here, I will put it to the side. I'll leave it in frame if I can. Here we go. Oh no. All right. Said I'd do it, and then I didn't do it for a minute. And I'm not a guy that likes to leave open loops like that. So there you go. That's what you're working for. Our next letter is J. That's going to be an interesting thing. So we've got J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. I just wanted to look at what was there. V. See what's there. You guys are going to like it. Anyway. We're done for today. We've covered iodine as a water purification method that is much more safe than chlorine. You can use chlorine, but I would suggest chlorine be one of those things that is only used for lots of water, gallons at a time. If you've got your water bottle, use your iodine bottle. Iodine. But that's where we are. I appreciate everyone who has encouraged me and kept me on board and kept me focused on this journey. It's a short journey. I don't do much with YouTube. I do more in the local area than I do with on video, because it's not about me. It's about the information, and it's about the growth of everyone involved. If you don't want to be involved, then that by all means, it's okay. But it's the growth of everyone involved, and it's about the getting back in touch with arenas of skill, knowledge, and wisdom that are, they're human truths, and so science will discover them. Like, they're human truths, so it's not like it's lost, going to be lost. It's not going to be lost. It's just going to show up in a different form. That being said, uh, the way in which they were originally, I say originally loosely, I say traditionally loosely, I say ancient loosely, I say back in the day sometimes, I'll say back in the day. The translation, whenever I say those things, the translation is at whatever point makes sense. Going back to Cro-Magnon man and beyond. At whatever point, what I'm talking about makes sense. That's back in the day. Okay. Could be 1920s. Doesn't matter. So anyway, that being said, there are wisdoms before the industrial age that if we were to bring those wisdoms back into our daily lives, we'd have a better life. We would just have a better life. And in the way that they are, because right now psychology has the stigma, going to see a shrink or whatever like that to try to figure out life. They figured it out in whatever way they've got so far, and so they've got answers to a lot of questions, but they're all clinical answers. And clinical answers, as correct as they are, don't usually answer the humanistic questions. They're still right, but there's something missing, and I think that's nature. Anyway, let me get off my soapbox. I need to get off my soapbox. But that's just where I am as far as that goes. It's nature is here, and it's designed to help us, whether you believe in a designer or not. It does not matter. Oftentimes, and we may actually get to that. We may not. We may not get to that. Okay, cool. So there's a plant, I forget the name of it, but I can recognize it. There's a plant that usually grows next to poison ivy, especially right now. It's a really good time to talk about it. There's a plant that grows next to poison ivy that is the remedy for poison ivy rash. They're always together, naturally together. So I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, don't ever forget that the most important thing is your attitude. And we'll talk to you next time. Oh, the price is right. Oh, no, that's not the different thing. What's the words I usually say? Oh, it's over here. I'm using my phone now because my internet, the other one is, for some reason, I'm not getting a good connection. Get lost, but never lose your way.